I'll give you a couple examples of how to find the vertical intercept of a linear function given some graphical information. So here's the first one. Consider these two axes here, time in months and a profit in thousands of dollars. And let's say we know this, that the profit increases at a rate of $3,000 per month. And we're also given that this point 3, 2 is on the graph of our line. Let's say this profit is a linear function of t, or with respect to t here, time in months. So here's what we know. This rate here, hopefully you can equate that the rate here is the slope of 3, in case, in wordings of our output axis, by the way, 3, which really means $3,000 for every month. So you can call the slope 3 over 1. And so how would we find the line, and then how would we find the where this the line crosses our vertical axis? So here's how you can use the slope here of 3 over 1. Mathematically, this means that there's a change in output of 3 for every change in input of 1. There's an increase of profit of 3,000 for every month going this way. So if we start at the point 3, 2 and say, hey, this is a change in that by 3,000 as you increase the time by 1. So another point on our line is 4, 5. So here's 4, 5. So if we keep going in this fashion, we're going to find out other points, but we want to find out where. So here's what our line looks like. I'll draw it real lightly. But we want to find out where this line crosses this axis. So we can take this same slope here and apply it with 3, 2, but not taking 3 over 1, but actually an equivalent of negative 3 over negative 1. So negative divided by negative is positive. And so the idea here is start at 3, 2 and use an equivalent form of slope, saying decrease the output by 3 as the input decreases by 1. So that puts us down to 2, and if you subtract, you get negative 1. So 2, negative 1 is right here. And our line follows that pattern. And so the idea here is, again, you can go down 3,000 in profit as you go down 1. So that's going to be 1, negative 4. 1, negative 4 is here. And so our line follows that pattern. Now where's the next one? Well, you go down down 3 and then decrease in time by 1. So down 3,000 and then a decrease by 1 here would put me right here at 0, negative 7. So our line crosses right there at 0, negative 7 this with this axis. So this is our vertical intercept. It's the point in which our line crosses our vertical axis. So that's one way you can use the slope given a point on the line. You just apply what the slope means to each of those coordinates until you get down to the point where you cross that axis.